All right. Did you guys see the hard question that Andrew got at the AAPI? It was a lady asked him, a young lady asked him, she said she was raped. I think she said twice. Anyway, she said she was raped, and she had this long question, and it was very well said, and it was poignant, and it was sharp. And Andrew Yang really impressed me. He did well. He wasn't flustered by it. I would have been flustered by it. He wasn't flustered by it. Didn't just chirp on about the basics. He empathized with her. He recognized what the problem was. And what I loved is that he related UBI to it. He related UBI to this severe problem. You know, he said a lot of things, but one of the things he said is that strong men treat women well. Weak men do not. And when he started to say that, I was like, that sounds familiar. My ears perked up. I was like, this is interesting. It wasn't just about bashing the people who are doing wrong, bashing these men. It was recognizing their flaw, that they're weak. That they're weak. And then he went on to say, to ask himself, how do we make boys and men stronger? Wow, I love that. That's not demonizing. That's not taking sides. That's recognizing that you want to help the victims, you want to help women, and you want to help men. I love hearing that. I love hearing politicians who are not just like bashing men. Strong men treat women well. Weak men do not. How do you make boys and men stronger? How do you make them better able to handle rejection? How do you deal with the struggle, the crisis of masculinity? Wow, when I heard that, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna say something, and I probably shouldn't say it at all, but it's what I think, and I don't think anybody else is gonna say it, so I'm gonna say it, and I hope it doesn't hurt Andrew Yang, because I don't mean it to be that way, but he sounded a lot like Jordan Peterson, right? Trying to help young men become stronger, do well, and do right by women. It's not just about putting them down and shaming them. It's recognizing that the environment in which they're growing up in isn't conducive towards healthy masculinity, towards healthy males. And instead of behaving in ways that are, I was going to say counterproductive, that are downright destructive. And UBI would help with that. It helps you raise boys to become men who do right in the world, who treat other people the way they're supposed to. He got a hard question there, and I was very proud of him for what he said. Very happy to hear that guy's on both sides. He's trying to help all people. It's not about bashing or demonizing, it's about helping. Thank you, Andrew Yang. There is a crisis of masculinity. Boys, there are a lot of men growing up without great examples. And the culture that we live in now is kind of devoid of these role models sometimes, and it's not producing good people, good men. And it sounded a lot like Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson talks about that. He talks about helping. Jordan Peterson wants to help everyone, but he's also talking about men. And Jordan Peterson gets kind of demonized for that. He kind of gets bashed for that. But I think it's true. And to hear Andrew Yang say it, thank you. 1K a month allows us to address this crisis. And maybe it doesn't solve it all at once, but it relieves a lot of the anxiety, a lot of the stress that is causing people to behave in terrible ways. Way to go with that hard question, Andrew Yang. Way to go. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't notice it. I didn't see a lot of people talking about it. I was actually surprised that it wasn't just like top news. I guess other things were going on, but wow. The way that young lady asked that question, you got to watch the video. I tweeted it out on my Twitter, in my Twitter account. I think the Summation Kid posted a video online. when I heard the question, it was so long, and I thought it was so long that they didn't even have time for other questioners in the audience. They didn't have time for anybody else. They just, after her, they just went back onto the stage. He was in the audience. He went down into the audience. He was standing right next to the young lady as she asked this question. And wow, she was fiery. And he did very well. Empathy, recognizing where she was coming from, and then recognizing the other side, providing a solution that helps both parties. That's my kind of guy.